If you are a long-time Crash Bandicoot fan like me, you can feel my excitement for the upcoming Sane Trilogy by Victorious Visions. The game is a remaster of the original Naughty Dog trilogy, and when we got a trailer and game footage at PSX, we all cried with joy. Well, at least I did. I mean, it's not like Crash Bandicoot has had a huge significance on my life or anything. Anyway, here are my top 5 reasons why you should be excited. Now just note, this isn't really in any particular order, these just all count as together as to just why I'm excited. So let's just get straight onto it. First one is going to be the improvements. Now I'm really talking about the first Crash game, because 2 and 3 actually still very much hold up today, especially the third game. But the first one had its few setbacks, obviously with it being the first game and all. It's not down to be perfect, but it is damn nostalgia. But when it comes to wanting to replay bonus levels and all that kind of stuff, and when you start the game again, you've got no lives, say if you wanted to collect 100 and suddenly you want to, okay, I'll just play on it another day, then you find out you've only got 5 lives, so it's kind of like, oh, okay. And the whole save system as well, people have the biggest gripes about that, and some of the controllers are a little bit stiff. For me, I personally thought they were fine, it's just about practice, but a lot of people kind of thought it was difficult controlling Crash at times. And while this is why we're mostly excited about, and I'm glad why we showed off the first game specifically, so obviously this remaster will really be the definitive version, the complete, sort of full package with everything kind of sorted up, fixed up and everything. It'd be really great to know my count on the boxes, how I'm doing and stuff. So just a lot of mechanics that we've seen that just gonna make this first game a whole lot easier, just like the sequels. Next up is the trophies. Now this is just a little thing for me because I love collecting trophies, especially as I'm a PlayStation player, and I always felt like when I was playing these Crash Bandicoot games, I did all this long work, getting all the gems and then doing the time trials. So I always felt like, I deserve a medal. And well, now with the trophies, I'll actually get one. I know some people don't really care for trophies, that's totally fine, but just as I said, just for me, seeing that pop on the screen, for defeating Dr. Cortex or collecting all of the gems, I've got a weird thing that one of them's going to require to get all of the time trials on platinum, and it's not just the third Crash game this time, we've got 1 and 2 to look forward to. And with those time trials, they've not been my favourite thing, but they are certainly fun and enjoyable. But yeah, as I said, just getting the crystals, gems, just seeing those trophies pop up and everything, I really hope they throw in something wacky as well, like perform the yo-yo animation for Crash or something like that, just something neat, or do a certain thing in a boss battle. I guess we'll just have to see, but overall I'm just looking forward to it. Next up is the key to the future, and what I mean by this is that, well, people have been saying that this Sane Trilogy is sort of a test for Activision to see how well Crash is, and obviously if this sells well, there'll be more sequels in the future. It really is sort of a sacred key to unlocking the other games, because as much as people want a new Crash Bandicoot game, they thought, with it being the anniversary and everything, just to sort of throw Crash back in there, let's just remake the original Crash 3 games, just to get it back onto this generation, and not just engaging old fans, but bringing in new fans as well, because obviously these games, as being old, not a lot of people got to play them as a kid. And as I was saying, with the improvements and everything, just making it a little bit more easier on other people, who may not have had time to practice like the first game, trying to control it and everything. So it really is a key to the future if this game really sells well, and I'm really hoping it does, and I'm very positive how well. I mean, it's Crash Bandicoot, he's a big name, and as he's been gone for a long time, this is bound to be one big sell for both Activision and Sony. And with Crash being kept in the dark for so long and finally coming into the light, we really want him to be treated well. We don't want to make sure no harm comes to our Bandicoot. Next up is kind of a mix, it's classic villains and then boss battles, because we've seen a lot of Crash and Coco and Akaraku, but when it comes to old villains like Dr. Nefarious Trophy, we've got Dingle Dial, and we've got the Komodo Bros. It's been a while since we've seen other past favourites. The last time we really saw any of them was actually in Crash Bandicoot, because that game was just one big cameo for other characters. But yeah, it's been a while since we've seen them, and just getting back into it, it's obviously going to be the same sort of formula of boss battles and everything. I'm really looking forward to see the introduction sort of remade as well. Hopefully they cinematic them up a little bit. That'll just make it a lot more cooler. I have always said that the Crash Bandicoot villains go up in Batman and Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery, because the characters are just so enriching with the names and designs and everything. I just feel like they're just so well done. Like, how has Crash kind of not had his own cartoon show? Because each 15-minute segment, you could just have an episode just based on that character, for Crash to go up against and everything. But if there's one character I'm hoping to appear, and it's in the third game, it is Fake Crash. Obviously when we see him dancing around on the Coco level, I'm really hoping that the developers sneak that in somewhere. I really hope if we're going to go full on, adding all the little details at Naughty Dog as well, so I'll be looking out for that one. But yeah, seeing the health bar as well for the villains, I've missed that in video games recently, and I always felt like the Crash games did it best, but yeah, as I said, I'm just so looking forward to seeing these villains again. Finally, we have the old formula now. People really like the whole idea, you know, with the warp rooms and everything and switching your levels, you know, classic 3D platformer stuff. And in the other Crash games, you know, that kind of derailed from that a little bit. Obviously, the last one being really the Wrath of Cortex on main console. Of course, we got the Game Boy games, but I'm mostly talking about main console. And well, by what we've seen so far, it's going to be really great to get back in there with obviously with it being prettier graphics and everything. You know, remembering all the stages and all the boxes where you could go and all that sort of stuff, you know, for the hidden secrets and stuff. It's just going to be absolutely amazing, and I just cannot wait to get back into the game and replay my old favourite levels. Now, I do want to give a shout out to the voice cast. I was going to put them on this list, but it's a really mixed bag really, because well, they've not actually got the original actors from the original game, because obviously if they did, that'd just be Brendan O'Brien doing the voices for all of them. That's most notably in the first game. Of course, we got Clancy Brown as Dr. Cortex, and actually Lex Lang is going to be doing Cortex instead, and I'm totally fine with that. I always did prefer Lex Lang, you know, just because of how he was, you know, he really energized that character. I will be curious if they do include, you know, some of the others like Dr. Nefarious Trophy, and or add Quentin Finn to play Engine again, because I really don't believe that they'll bring back Brendan O'Brien, because that's a real unfortunate for me, because I really like him. And they said that Jess Arnold's going to be reprising the role for Crash, which is unfortunate for me as well, because I really like Brendan's wow for Crash. Wow! You know, so that's going to be unfortunate. Hopefully they do sneak that in anyway, you know, just because, you know, it is such an iconic saying for Crash. As I said, it's not the original voice cast, it's just the cast who have been involved in the franchise at one point or another. But I will be interested in what they will do. Of course, I'm just looking forward to this game so much, to all the little details they add in. So there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and for more Crash Bandicoot stuff in the future, subscribe here. Goodbye, everyone.